Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Welcome to EnglishEverest.com, IELTS Speaking Part 2 lesson. Today's topic is describe an article on health that you read on the internet. And before we do that, let's look at some vocabulary that we can use to help us. This vocabulary is related to the internet and health. So in blue, as you can see, is your legend. So for those of you that are new, I put the type of word in there, or expression, whatever it is. So have a look at that, stop the video and look at it after if you like. So the article is about health, but there aren't too many health expressions. Out of date, back in shape, mental push. These things fit into the sentences, but there's not going to be a lot of vocabulary about health because we're talking about an article on health we read on the internet. So there's a few subtopics within there, so that you don't have to use lots of vocabulary associated with health. So let's begin. You should say what it was, where you read it, why you read it, and how you felt about it. So let's begin. Last year, I decided that I needed to pay attention to my health more. I had been thinking about going back to the gym after a break, and I wanted to find out some information about modern local health clubs in the area. The one I used to go to was quite old and the equipment was out of date. I also wanted a place that sold fresh health food to go with my new regime. I was browsing idly through the internet one day and I remembered that I was looking for health clubs, and the internet could actually do the job for me instead. I did some searching for local clubs and found a great website for a new place. The pictures looked impressive, so I delved further inside and found a really interesting article on how to combine your weight with exercise to lose weight. How to combine your diet with exercise to lose weight. It was exactly what I was looking for. It gave details of the things you could eat in combination with exercise, and links to places you can order diet food and other health related things. Contrary to what I had read before, it mentioned lots of things which I thought were off limits and were bad for you, such as chocolate and cakes. There are many types of both which are low in calories and do not affect your regime. Actually, the one main thing about the internet is that it gives lots of contradictory information, which can be confusing. I decided to sign up for this new gym and get fit once again. After making the decision, I actually felt great. It was the mental push I needed to give myself to get back in shape and feel good about myself again. Okay, that's the end of the talk. To practice the questions, remember, try and decide on something in advance. Don't wait until you're going to practice it. Go through your list of speaking items. If you have a list of part 2 questions that are the latest ones, go through that list and just create a title so you know what you're going to talk about, and then that will get you thinking. You can think while you're doing other things. Right, I'm going to talk about article on health on the internet. Okay, have I read anything? Yes, actually, I remember I read this article. That's going to be what you talk about. Prepare in advance. That's very important. Phrasal verbs, idioms, collocations. Try to include them, but not use too many. Don't make it unnatural. Now, my recording of this, I timed it to take around about 2 minutes, in a slow speaking voice. You should not be speaking quickly. Speaking quickly will not help you. Speaking at a nice natural pace, because you want to be, number one, you want to be understood. Number two, you want to be clear, so the examiner understands what the words and the grammar and vocabulary you are using. So do not speak quickly. You don't need to. So what I'm saying is, some of my students have tried to mimic or copy native speakers because native speakers speak more quickly. That's not the way to do it. Speak at a nice, even pace. Make yourself clear. Okay, this is the end of the video, and a couple of points. Use the vocabulary in the chart to help you. There are lots of good phrases and expressions and words in there that will elevate your score to a reasonable level. Again, you don't want to be using too many. The more you use doesn't necessarily mean the higher the score you'll get. You've got to use things naturally. If they're not used naturally, then they will sound unnatural. Okay, so practice regularly. Do not practice this once and think that's it. Practice it regularly. And for those of you who are going to take your exam soon, good luck and all the best. Okay, thank you, and I will see you in the next video.